Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink! Welcome to Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine which of the tasting tables list of most common tasting notes is the most desirable. My name is Tim Swyat. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guest, Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up? Yeah, it's like last man standing here. So we had Miss Becca Sue was a no-show for tonight. And then we had Kristen Wall with us, and she dropped after 3 shows. So
and they both have good reasons not to be here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's legit. So, yeah. So, but it leaves just
we
us
didn't
3.
Scare them away. At least that's what we believe. So
maybe, yeah. So, but
one's working and one's probably passed out.
But yes, exactly. So, Bengals.
You decide who's who.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out. So. Well, we've got the fun show today. We're going to be doing this bracket challenge of tasting notes, and we'll talk about that, how all that works after the break. For right now, Ryan said there's something he wanted to ask us about. What is that, Ryan?
You know, it's something that's kind of been on my mind lately, and it's kind of odd. And it's something we all do every day, maybe multiple times a day, depending on your lifestyle and what's going on. But how do you tie your shoes?
How do we tie our shoes? Okay.
How do you put your shoes on? How do you tie them?
Okay.
You go left, right. Are you superstitious? You go right, left. Does it not matter? Have you been tying your shoes the same way since you were, 4 years old or so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll share mine. I don't know that it's exciting, but I would say I typically put my shoes on in the same place. It's usually on in the kitchen, on a chair in the kitchen, the end chair. I pull that out, sit down. Cross my legs, usually the left shoe first for some reason. I don't know why. I'm right-handed. Maybe
that's my point.
Maybe as you say this, it seems like it's always the left foot first.
You're going to think twice about it tomorrow morning, aren't you?
Yeah. Put that one on, and then I put the right shoe on. So
okay.
Put the shoe on and tie it. Yeah.
Tim,
that's my system. It's worked.
Right. Everyone's got a system, right?
Yeah.
It's worked for you. There you go. I'm just happy to get socks on without throwing my hip out or back out. So let's start there. I unfortunately have to wear dress socks every day, and they are still not the easiest things to get on. But with shoes, if I'm not wearing loafers on purpose, so I don't have to tie my shoes with dress pants or anything, I'm running around. We'll throw around player loafers on. But I will go right foot first, then left foot, and I always have something to put my foot up on. So I actually keep a bar stool just sitting in our little mud room or shoe where the kids throw all their shoes away, and mine are all organized because of my OCD. But I always keep that there so I can have something about halfway up, put that up, lean over, tie the shoes on, same way, and always double knot. Never single knot. I've always double knotted.
Double knot.
Yep. Great detail. Always double knot. Detail. Yeah. Yep.
No, I do
always double knot. When you buy quality, you only cry once.
Okay.
So I never trip on my shoelaces.
Okay. All right. So there you go. All right, Ryan, you asked the question, so I'm most interested in your answer. Actually, what's your style?
I think Tim brought up a great point. You single knot or double knot it, and it depends on my shoestring.
Okay.
Actually, so if it's a solid shoestring, I'm going a single knot. But sometimes there's a shoestring that maybe is on the way out, and I got to double knot that thing. So,
right.
And then along with you guys, I think we're all 45 plus. Tim, I'm not sure how old you are, but
where I think we're all 45 plus in that category. So I'd certainly put my foot up on a bench that is in my entryway to make sure I get my shoe tied.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm throwing out my back or throwing out my kidney or something or other.
Okay.
So, and I don't know. I don't go left or right or left. I need to pay more attention to that. I'm sure I do one or the other, but single knot, double, depends on the shoe. So,
okay. I've got a follow-up question for you guys. You go to take your shoe off. You've got it knotted or double knotted, whatever you're doing. And as you go to take it off, you pull the one of the things, and for some reason, something goes wrong on that particular day, and it goes into a knot, but one of those really tight ones where you can't just pull it apart. I don't have the ability to take that apart. That has to then go to the warden. That actually leaves my department, and it has to go to the warden, and she has to fix it. I don't have the ability to fix it when they go into the knots like that. It's over for me. If I'm single, I just got to throw the shoes away, and then I got to buy a new one, I guess.
Steve, a couple things going on there. God bless my mom. Rest in peace. She got so many knots out of my shoes growing up.
I can't do it. Yeah,
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
I don't even know how it happens sometimes. Why on that day? What went wrong? I don't know. I don't know the science of it. Yeah,
100% with you. We'll rewind a little bit. When I'm on my way home and in my neighborhood and going up a couple blocks to my house, I start untying my shoes in the car.
Oh, do you?
It's because I want to get in the house, slip my shoes off, and get.
There is something about being comfortable when you're home. No one's still sitting around in their business attire around the house because Right. Remember how Leave It to Beaver? You'd have Ward. He'd be in the suit at dinner that he wore. No one would do that.
No,
there's
not
no
happening.
way. There was ever a time.
No way.
My dad would sit at the in his underwear at the dinner table. Yeah, you had to be comfortable. So yeah.
The first thing comes off for the shoes. First thing comes up for the shoes. Belt comes off. Pants come off. I'm lucky if I'm walking up the stairs with pants on by that time.
Right.
So Tim, I hate to ask, but are you sitting in underwear right now?
Yeah.
No, I am not. I'm sitting in shorts.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Thank God. Yes. Tim, can you yourself knots? Can you get those out of your shoes yourself, or do you need help?
I can. I was taught by my mother to do that. If I needed to get out the old
fork
pin
involved? Okay, a pin.
There can be a fork involved. Just create a little separation in there. A lot of teeth, a lot of gnawing at stuff. Yeah. A lot of that's going on. But the fork it definitely saves some dental bills. Folks, public service, use a fork to untie a knot. It does help.
It does
help.
But
a common theme, it sounds like, Tim, is that moms showed us the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
She was so tired of doing it herself. Every time I tied a knot, she said, "You little son of a bitch, you're going to learn it yourself." If I can show you once, then you start doing it yourself. Don't come to me.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to go first. I've got Buzzard's Roost, the Barrel Strength. How about that?
Oh, that's a good bottle.
Straight rye whiskey. Yeah. All right.
I'm coming over for that one.
Heck yeah. Nice spacey. Could be enough based on this group. We'll see what happens. It was not great, but I think enough for this group. We'll see. So, prove me wrong here, guys. Next up is going to be Tim.
All right, I got a bottle of Hidden Barn, the single barrel, the hometown barrel from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. No. I still have the lead. I still have the lead with the nice bassy tone.
Are we recording an episode of Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Sounds of Silence from
Sounds of Silence.
Yes. Yeah, it was nice version of the Sounds of Silence there.
Let me see if I can break up that nonsense.
All right, let's see. Ryan's very confident now. He's won 2 times in this recording session, so we'll see. We'll see if he can win.
It's a downfall from here. We'll see what happens. Coming in from Colorado, the old Branch and Barrel.
Okay.
Right. It does have a glass
cork
to it.
Yeah.
Not sure how this is going to affect things, but it's got a nice little neck tape logo.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah,
glass cork is nice. And it doesn't look like it's been opened, so yeah.
Yeah, it's brand new.
It's new. Looks new. Okay. No, nothing.
A little squeaky. Did you not hear that?
No, we heard nothing. It was silence.
It was squeaky.
It was a follow-up to Tim's Sounds of Silence. So there you go.
All right.
There you go. I win. So fair enough. That's victory for Steve. Cheers, gang.
Just because you're the host, that's the only reason I'm giving you that victory.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be playing a bracket challenge to determine the most desirable tasting note. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is also Freddie Mills going underneath the alias of Danny Kennard. You can find me on Facebook at any time. Just look up Danny Kennard, but I am Freddie Mills. Trust me.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about we're doing a bourbon whiskey bracket challenge and talk about a lot of other things too. Which is the best of Tasting Table's most common bourbon tasting notes?
Yes, we are. So this website called Tasting Table came out with what they said is the most common bourbon tasting notes. We've taken these 8 things, and then we're going to do a bracket challenge to determine which one we think is the most desirable out of that list. So and again, this is their list, not ours. This is what they came up with. Vanilla, wood and nuts, fruit, sweets, smoke, grain and cereal, baking spice, and herbal and floral. That is the 8. Here's how they're going to be paired up. So it's going to be wood and nuts will take on sweets, then vanilla will take on baking spice, grain and cereal will take on fruit, and last but not least, smoke will take on herbal and floral. So the best way I can say this, gentlemen, is imagine this. You're like, how do I pick this out? Imagine if I had 8 whiskeys lined up, and I bracketed them, and I said, here, you can taste you decide which one you want to taste. All I'm sharing with you is this one has a wood and nuts note, and this one has a sweets note. That's all you know. You don't know brand or anything like that. All you know is those notes are the most prominent. Which one are you going to try? So imagine that's how you have to do this. So the first one is going to be wood and nuts. We'll take on sweets. I'm just going to go in the order on my screen since we had 2 people drop out. Our whole script we have together is thrown out the window. So Ryan, that means I'm going to start with you. What do you think? Wood and nuts or sweets?
I've got a lot of experience with this actually. It's for running 2 tasting rooms over the last 8 years, and we get a lot of visitors in the house and get to taste them on our spirits and have a good time and get to explain tasting notes and what's going on. And so I've got some pretty good insight with all this, I think. So between wood and nuts and sweets, I'm going to put up a vote for sweets just because we're America and we like sweet stuff. Okay. And that's what people like to gravitate to. So,
all right, I'm going to go next. I agree with you to some degree. I feel like that's a great choice, but because wood and nuts, I like the ones that have the peanut brittle taste to them. You get a little bit of that quite frequently, and I like those. And that would fall in the nuts category. So I'm going to say I would lean more towards that than sweets. And sweets can be this tastes like it's a Danish from the bakery or whatever it is you want to say. I'm going to give my one to wood and nuts though. So that means it's going to be tie this thing up. Tim, it's going to go on to you. Wood and nuts or sweets?
So what I'm going through in my head is what I would normally put in a chat or talk about during our flagship whiskey events that I attend as a participant. And I tend to gravitate to a lot of fat guy tasting notes, which leads me down the sweets path.
Okay.
So I have been known to taste some Racine Kringle in a lot of these whiskeys out there and get really, really deep into some of these pastry notes. So, Steve, I'm going to break this tie and go right for sweets.
Sweets. That means sweets moves on. All right.
America,
next up,
baby, America.
Yeah, America. Next up, it's going to be me first. Vanilla or baking spice. So there's a lot that falls under that baking spice. You can get allspice or a lot of different things, gingers and all kinds of cool stuff from the baking aisle versus vanilla, kind of a one note, but also very prominent. There's a lot of vanilla out there. Boy, this is a tough one. I think if you put, again, 2 whiskeys on the table and say, this one's a vanilla bomb, this one's a baking spice bomb, I think I would grab the vanilla one. I would be like, I think I'm going to go that angle. So that being said, playing the game as it's lined out, I'm going to go vanilla. That's going to be my vote. Tim, you're next. Vanilla or baking spice? Vanilla's up 1-0.
I'm not going to give Ryan a chance. Vanilla all day long.
Vanilla.
I will eat vanilla ice cream over anything and mix something in there myself. No, vanilla's absolutely it.
Okay, that means vanilla moves on. Next one, Tim, you're going to be first. Grain and cereal.
Whoa.
What?
Don't I get a say?
No, it's a best of 3. It's 2-0. I mean,
with you, but I have some comments on this.
Okay, go ahead. What's your comments?
Vanilla is the most popular flavor out there for a reason.
Right.
So that's naturally where things are going to gravitate to. However, I think with the experienced whiskey tasting audience that we have, they might gravitate towards a baking spice.
Okay.
Because vanilla's been there, done that. You can't argue with vanilla. It's vanilla for a reason. But a baking spice is probably, with the audience here, that baking spice might
we'll allow you to cast your vote, but it doesn't change the outcome.
I was just about to say, point of order, Steve. Point of order. This matter has been settled.
Yes, vanilla
time back
has
to the host.
Moved on.
Agree.
Right.
I just wanted to put my thoughts out there.
All right, sir. Fair enough. Grain and cereal. This one's for you, Ryan. Grain and cereal or fruit? Which do you think is more desirable, grain and cereal or fruit?
Well, more desirable is certainly going to be fruit.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think grain and cereal comes through with a lot of whiskeys, a lot of bourbons that we enjoy. And so from a personal perspective, I like grain and cereal. From a bigger audience perspective, I like fruit. And I think fruit probably needs to go on to the next round.
Okay. So he's voted for fruit. I don't understand what was happening there, but fruit was what he locked in with. I'm gonna actually agree with you. I think that I like the ones that have the fruity notes. This has a nice citrus taste, or this has a cherry bomb. I mean, you're saying some of the, things like that. Or I like apricot notes, and sometimes you get those. I love one that has a great apricot note. These are all fruity things. That means that would fall under that category. That means fruit is the one that I'm going to vote for, and it moves on. All right,
Tim, any thoughts on that or no?
For the broader public, yes. For personal preference, the grain and cereal is going to stand out, and I think you're starting to see more of that on the shelves now, and we'll see about it. But fruit definitely would go forward. For the broader public, yeah.
Okay. Fruit is moving on to our final four.
Tim, thanks for echoing my thoughts there. Appreciate you really branching out and having your own opinion on that.
Okay. I'll go next here. It's going to be smoke versus herbal and floral. This is probably the easiest one for me. I don't know. Floral isn't necessarily my favorite note, but I like some of the herbal stuff, and I definitely tend to shy away from the smoky ones. So that in mind, I'm going to go herbal and floral as my pick here. Tim, you're next. What do you think? Smoke or herbal?
Smoke all day long.
Smoke
all day long. Give me the smoked grain. Give me the smoked malty, all that stuff. Give me smoke all day long. Herbal and floral. I just cringe back to gin. I just can't get my arms wrapped around it. Okay, I go right to that when I hear the herbal notes. Floral, I'm all good with, but the herbal side of it, nope. Smoke all day long.
Okay, Ryan, it's up to you. You're the tiebreaker. Smoke or herbal and floral?
Man, I tell you what, this is an easy one for me. No question about it. We're going to start out, have some comments on herbal and floral. I agree with Tim that should stay in gin. Don't give me herbal and floral in my whiskey. Give me smoke all day long. That's my vote.
That's his vote. Okay. So here's our final four now. It's going to look like this. Sweet, vanilla will take on one another. And then fruit versus smoke. Round number 5. Tim, you are first. Sweets or vanilla? I've got 2 whiskeys in front of you. I said this one tastes like sweets. This one tastes like vanilla. Whatever you would pick up and drink, that would be your vote. What is your vote here?
This is the final, in my opinion, but I'm going for vanilla. First thing came to mind was vanilla. I picked that one up first.
Okay, vanilla goes up 1-0. Ryan, what do you think? Sweets or vanilla?
In my mind, they're both in the same category. Vanilla is sweet. Not all sweets are vanilla, but vanilla is sweet to me. But if you put both a vanilla or a sweet in front of me, I'm going to pick up the vanilla and choose that one.
Okay. Now that means vanilla moves on. Yeah. Vanilla will be in our finals. It's going to take on either fruit.
Well, again, we can't overlook your comments on it. Although vanilla got 2 votes, what do you think?
I think that vanilla is the one here for sure. Yeah. I feel like vanilla, like you said, I don't disagree with your thought that vanilla is a sweet, but I feel like it's such a recognizable note that people gravitate towards that. It's a pleasant note. You're going back to what's the number one ice cream flavor? Vanilla.
Right.
It's a popular note, and it's one that people can pick out. Yeah. And I think that vanilla is something that is very desirable for sure. So that means vanilla moves on. All right. Next up, first is going to be Tim here. Fruit or smoke? What do you think? Fruit or smoke?
I'm going to fruit. While I hate to let smoke get off the hook here because I enjoy the tobacco notes or those earthy notes, having something with some peach and apricot in there with my whiskey is where I would gravitate towards between the two. I'd probably pick the fruit up first.
Fruit. Okay, that means fruit goes up 1-0 over smoke. What do you think, Ryan?
Not for long. Smoke's coming in hard. I like smoke in my whiskey. Smoke. Give me some smoked whiskey. Give me a smoked cocktail. However you want to make it. I like smoke. I'm a big fan of the smoke.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Smoke's journey is going to end, though, as I'm going to vote for fruit. I like the fruity notes. I like a lot of those different ones, and I think it are cool, and I think they stand out, whereas smoke is kind of a one-note thing, and it just becomes a management thing. How much is it in there? And I do like some smoky ones, but I like on the light side of smoke. So that being said, fruit bombs are good. So I'm going to go fruit. That means fruit moves on to the finals where it will take on vanilla. Vanilla. All right, Ryan, you are first. Vanilla or fruit?
I'm American all day long. Vanilla is popular for a reason. Give me some vanilla in my whiskey, and I'm a happy man.
Okay. Vanilla goes up 1-0. Vanilla bomb is desirable. I don't disagree with you, and I there's certainly some bourbons that I love that high on the vanillin, so I like that.
Wow, way to throw out vanillins. Nice job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It sounds like I'm almost knowledgeable. But I'm going to vote here. Fruit's going to get my vote because I feel like there's such a variety there. Whereas vanilla is a one note, the fruit, it could be so many different things. Sometimes you get grapes. Wow, this one kind of tastes like grapey. I think that's what's cool for fruit. So I'm going to go fruit. Means that vanilla and fruit all comes down to Tim. Everything we've done
before Tim starts, I got to applaud that vision there on the fruit. You got a lot of different options there.
See, I
I'm
thought it through
with you
well.
on that.
Yeah.
Right.
But you've locked it in.
I've locked it in.
It means that we're in a tie situation with Tim. There's no givebacks here. So
I'm sticking with it.
If we could, fruit would already have this thing won, but we're not doing that. It means that it comes down to Tim. So Tim, vanilla.
Pressure's on, Tim.
Yeah. What's the best tasting note?
I do like a complexity of a whiskey to unpack different flavors between these two. Vanilla is going to be a one-trick pony. You got to go with fruit as the final one here between these two. I don't know how we ended up here, but we did. And
the finals was good.
It's a bad situation. It feels good.
Yeah, I agree.
Does it feel good?
Yeah. I think
we ended up with somewhat of a complex flavor.
Yeah.
Be a lot of different things.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So fruit is our champion. That's what we're looking for. And from our favorite tasting note, how about yours? So check us out and let us know what you think.
Give me a smoked fruit. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Sometimes I like those. And then they're
barbecued peaches.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. Yeah. Grilled apricots. Yeah, sometimes you get those. And that is a very pleasant note for sure, where you combine those.
With some vanilla ice cream.
Yep, as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you add fruit and ice cream. You got to heat up the fruit. That's key. You grill it.
Amen to that, buddy.
And then the best part about the whole thing is the melted part of the ice cream. Even not the scoop that's below, that melty part that has touched the hot
favorite.
Fruit. That's the best. That's
my favorite.
That's what you're searching for, actually.
You barbecue the fruit. You grill the fruit with the skin down first. Throw a little bourbon in that pit of the peach or whatever you're looking at there. Flip that puppy over, let it flash, boom, caramelize on there, and throw a scoop of ice cream on that. Now you're talking.
Now you're talking. Heck,
I need to have a confession here. It's going to help my mental stability.
Okay.
I microwave ice cream so I can get that melted side scoop. Can I just admit that right now?
That's true confessions. We just we learned a little bit more about Ryan today.
Microwave ice cream.
Microwaves his ice cream just to get that. Yeah, the melty part's the best stuff. I'll tell you, like when you get home, before you put it in the freezer. Oh, my mom would always take a spoon around the whole corner thing because she's like, "Oh, that's the best part." Yeah,
amen.
That's a power move.
I grew up with that.
That's pre-fingered ice cream before the kids get their fingers in there. She gets the good stuff.
My mom would do that every time. She would be like, "This is the best part of the ice cream."
Nice woman.
I know what Ryan's saying there for sure.
Yeah.
So Ryan, we'll wrap this up and ask you where people can find you.
On the web at 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th whiskey with an E.com. Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Tim, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yes, we'd like to remind our audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us and making it through all the shows tonight. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everybody.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.